say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live. We're on the road. We're here at Phil's Dream Pit, the Quest for Perfect Barbecue. Again on this Tuesday, June the 24th, celebrating a couple of birthdays. If you're a fan of Fleetwood Mac, the drummer Mick Fleetwood's having a birthday. He is 78. And if you can remember back in the day when they had the television show Knots Landing, remember that show? Michelle Lee having a birthday. She was whatever her name was on the show. So married to Mike. Karen, I guess it was. Karen, Michelle Lee in real life having a birthday, 83. And those are the birthdays we know of again on this Tuesday, June the 24th. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit, the Quest for Perfect Barbecue. So Axel's already in the house. He's ready to get him some lunch. He's ready to roll. The Stein boys are here. So it is Axel's pointing his finger at me. I'm in trouble. So anyway, he's gonna be here. We'll talk in a few minutes. Jeff Beverly joins us coming up. Bevo, we call him. Jeff will give us the very latest on Tennessee football. We're 70 days out, is that right? Thereabouts for Tennessee football on August the 30th against Syracuse. And so we'll get the very latest what's going on in Tennessee football. What's Joey Aguilar doing, the new quarterback, and what everybody else is doing right now for Tennessee football. We'll also get an update about Rick Barnes and his basketball team and the new guys on the team and their summer workout programs. And also we'll get kind of a wrap-up of Tennessee baseball. You see on the screen 59 days, 4 hours, 25 minutes, and 59 seconds to Cyclone football 2025. It'll be here, I promise you, before you know it. We're in dead week right now. TSSAA mandating this week and next week everybody's gone. No practices, no workouts, no running, no anything. Shut her down for 2 weeks, this week and next week. Then coming up on July the 7th, Katie barred the door. It's wide open. So that's what's going on here in the great state of Tennessee on this Tuesday, June the 24th. Let's get the national anthem up and running. More news. It's almost a daily occurrence now. The NCAA has done it again. We'll see what you think. Jeff Beverly will join us. Also coming up, Brandon Sweeney and Kelly Hendrickson due to be with us from Milligan University. We're excited about having both those kids on. They got a big award, and so the department did and Brendan did. So we'll honor him when he gets here in a little while, talking Milligan sports and whatever else on his mind. So all that coming up. Thanks for being with us. We're here at Phil's Dream Pit, the Quest for Perfect Barbecue. Now, if you're planning a 4th of July, you want to get meat by the pound here, and they can get it for you. Of course, they'll deliver it. Up to 32 or more folks, they can deliver for you if you're having a big get-together. But if you just want to buy just the meat, you can get pulled by the pound, pulled chicken, pulled beef, pulled pork, smoked turkey. Ooh, the smoked turkeys are really good. Sliced beef brisket, chicken salad, baby back ribs, you can buy by the pound. For the 4th of July, so we got a big gathering. We've got the buns, we got the sauce, we got the slaw, whatever you got to put on it. We got the sides, but we don't have the meat. We've got the meat for you here at Phil's Dream Pit, the Quest for Perfect Barbecue. We'll talk all about that during the show here. Show number 2310. Here we go. National anthem time. Who does it? Who gets to do it today? Let's see. Let's bring in who's going to do the national anthem. Let's bring in, how about it, Chris Stapleton. Jeff Beverly joins us coming up. He's here. We'll get him on here in a second. But again, the NCAA has done it again. Another move overnight involving scholarship limits. So we'll see. In the past, you could have 85 and the rest of them up to 105, and the difference was, 20? Be walk-ons. Now they've come out with a new rule, said 105 across the board, which is okay, but who's going to pay for them? You got the NIL, you got all kinds of stuff going on. Jeff's here to talk all about that. I actually went out and bought one of these yesterday, kind of do my homework for the Tennessee Volunteers, which is I'm not going to plug this thing too much. It's a good book, it's a good read. I'm not getting anything for it, but I did go by a local bookstore and purchase this so I could bone up on what's going on with my Thundering Herd. We're in trouble. We lost 37 guys left after the coach up and left, and so we're kind of starting over in Huntington. So, but it's got a good story about Tennessee, and it's got a good story about Appalachian State. Got a good story about Middle Tennessee State, Parker Hughes from Elizabethton, the leading tackler of the team coming back one more year. And so they got a nice little write-up about Parker and the Middle Tennessee State University write-up. So pretty good little publication. You get anything for plugging it? I'm not really plugging it per se. I guess I am, but I'm not. Don't mean to be. but I had to bone up because this guy knows what he's talking about. Jeff Beverly and I go back, 30? Every bit of it, 30 years? Well, he talks, I'll listen because he knows what he's talking about. So I thought I better go out bone up a little bit because the big dog's coming in the house, and he's here. He'll join us right after this break. Chris Stapleton, the national anthem, the verse of the day. Love this verse. We always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross unashamedly. It's out of the book of Psalms. Such a comforting book in the Bible. Goodness gracious. So, Matt Fox says hello. Thank you. Psalms 4:8 says, I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Whew, what a verse. Psalms 4:8. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Chris Stapleton with his national anthem, and Jeff Beverly talking Tennessee sports next on show number 2310, 2,310th show of the Tom Douglas Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular amongst birds singing up, yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
At Northeast Community Credit Union, we know the importance of taking care of your family and building our community. Are you remodeling your home, trading cars for your next road trip, or maybe you're considering an in-ground pool or a boat for the lake? Our loans are easy, fast, and convenient with the lowest payments around. Act now before rates go up. Apply online at bmycu.org, call us, or come see us in Elizabethton, Johnson City, or Rome Mountain. We have the loan you need.
And back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are here live. Again, we are at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for a perfect barbecue. They opened the door. Well, they had to open up at 5 to 11 because they were standing outside ready to go. They're closed on Sundays and Mondays, so Tuesday through Saturday, this place rocks. I'm telling you. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. That booth is full. That booth is full. Got them out on the front porch full. Axel Stein's in the house. He and his daddy came by, so Axel's wolfing it. He's going to be on the show here in a second. The countdown is on. 59 days to Cyclone football. What are we? First off, good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, Thomas. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you. How many years have we been together?
37.
37 years we've known each other. He was my first sideline reporter ever back when I was doing Dobbins Minute back in the day. And so
I was in elementary school when I started.
That's it. I robbed you out of 5th grade.
I wish.
Yeah, me and you both. So 37 years. Wow, that's a long time to be buddies, and I appreciate that very much. So, let's see. We are at 59 days on the 22nd. Tennessee plays on the 30th. Is that correct? So you had
Should be
8 more days. Should be
yeah,
67.
so something like that. Yeah,
67 days inside of 70 days for kickoff. So
it would have been 70 this past Saturday.
Yep. So,
So yeah, so
69, 60, yeah, 67 days.
whatever, yeah.
67 days to kickoff.
Getting
Hello.
close.
Yep. Hello, Becky Muncie. Hello to Junior Campbell. Hello to John Lee. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll get to Tennessee football in a moment. Let's do a wrap-up on Tennessee baseball. Didn't get where they wanted to get to the national championship and defend it, but I guess would you consider Tennessee baseball a pretty good run, pretty successful?
Excellent run. Fifth straight year, ended up in the top 10 in the rankings. Fifth straight year to the Super Regionals, the only school that's been to 5 straight Super Regionals. Another successful year. Yeah, I mean, after you win it last year, you want to get back to Omaha. But getting back to Omaha 3 of the last 5 years is a pretty good run for Tennessee. The only school to do that. So a good year. And now it's roster turnover time, as we know. I think 16 players have hit the portal from Tennessee, most of them pitchers. But it was pitchers who really didn't get a lot of SEC. I think they had a total of like 8 or 9 SEC innings pitched. So this is, kids looking for opportunities. And one that was a little surprising was Dylan Lloyd, because he pitched a lot. I think he actually led the team in appearances, not in innings, but in appearances. He did go to the portal, which I think he was looking maybe for more of a starting role. And with some of the additions that Tennessee's already gotten from the portal, he's probably going to be relegated to the bullpen again. So he wants to go somewhere where we can start, which I don't blame him at all. So that's good for him. And with all I heard you mention the roster adjustments and so forth. Now, baseball is going down to 34. They could have 40, and then with walk-ons you could have more than that. So now they're going down to 34, hard number. And so there have to be some roster adjustments for sure. Just a couple names to throw out on transfer portal additions. They've got 7 players, but they're just outstanding players. They got Henry Ford to commit from Virginia, who was the number 1 player in the portal just a couple of days ago. But they've got a couple of pitchers, one from UNC Asheville, one from Kennesaw State, and of course got the pitcher from ETSU to commit.
Side armor, submariner,
Brady Frederick.
Yeah.
He's a submariner, and he was very effective against Tennessee when they played there this spring. So, but they got Garrett Wright from Bowling Green this week. He was the MAC Defensive Player of the Year. He was a catcher, all-defensive team catcher, and a really outstanding. He's a sophomore, really outstanding pickup for them. They got another player from Bowling Green, DJ Newman, who's a right-handed pitcher and an outfielder. So that's what you're going to start seeing a little bit more of, probably, is dual players. Players can play both ways because of the 34 hard limit on players. You're going to can't stockpile just pitchers necessarily. You're going to have people or players who can play both the field and pitch. And this Newman was a two-way star for the Bowling Green the last 3 seasons. He'll have 1 year left. Right-handed pitcher, but had a team best 419 batting average. On base percentage at 495 this year. So outstanding player. And then of course Henry Ford, we just mentioned, he's the number 73 prospect in the draft coming up. Still a little iffy if he'll come to Tennessee. He's committed to come here, sign with Tennessee, but the draft coming up, he may go straight on to the draft. So we'll see. But 326 or 362 batting average this past year, 11 home runs, 46 RBIs. Primarily played first base as a freshman, but he's been playing more in the outfield in the last couple of years. So again, just an outstanding haul so far in the portal, and then they're not done for sure. In terms of high school class coming in for Coach Vitello, Tennessee's number 2 recruiting class coming in this year behind LSU. The top 7 are SEC schools in recruiting.
That's a surprise.
So of the top 100 players, LSU and Tennessee have 20 of them. So 20% of the top 100 are coming to LSU and Tennessee. Now,
so
again,
the Strongs are going to keep getting stronger.
Again, all these players are going to be drafted pretty high.
Yeah.
In the draft, so a lot of them may not make it to campus. Although with NIL money now, there's more opportunities, I think, for college players or players to go to college instead of going to the minor leagues. For example, the top 3 pick, Billy Carlson, is number 5 overall pick predicted in the draft coming up. He's a shortstop, signed with Tennessee. The number 23 overall pick predicted is Cruz Schoolcraft, a pitcher. And then the number 24 overall pick, Steele Hall, another shortstop. So Tennessee's got 3 of the top 24 predicted draft spots out of those 24 high school commits. Whether or not they'll make it to campus, who knows? But the more you get of those,
Sure.
the more likely that one of those at least is going to decide to come to school.
It's a numbers game.
And make some NIL money.
Yeah.
And that NIL money obviously is more now than it's ever been. And with Tennessee's baseball success, that's going to start continuing to go up and continuing to get better. And, LSU, Tennessee, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, the top schools in the SEC just keep getting richer. And it's, as a Tennessee fan, it's good to be on that inner circle for once, so that's good.
We're live at Phil's Dream. Hello to John Lee. How you doing, sir? So let me get your take on this. This came down last night. NCAA will no longer maintain sport-specific scholarship limits, adopting a new roster limit. All schools that opt into the House settlement, we keep talking about this House settlement, will in turn be allowed to award scholarships to as many players they wish as their teams fall in line with the roster size caps outlined in the settlement. Football, for example, will have a roster of 105. So the NCAA says this will change dramatically the change will dramatically increase the number of available scholarships and more than double the previous total offered for ladies for Title IX. So, for example, for the guys, it was 85 per team, football we're talking about, allow 20 guys to be walk-ons. Well, now they're going to say all 105 can be scholarship players, which I guess is okay for the players, but I don't know how it goes financially. How do you afford those?
But no walk-ons.
No walk-ons, right.
It's a 105 roster limit. In most of these schools in the SEC, in Georgia, in the Big Ten, ACC, the power conferences, you'll have 125, 130 total kids, including walk-ons and stuff, and kids that know they're never going to get a chance to play, except in a game against, a small school. They'll get a chance to maybe get in there for, a series or something in the fourth quarter kind of thing. But yet they're there. They're there as part of the scout team. They're there as part to help the team get better. So those 125 kids or so, 130, and they're not going to be there. Those last 25 or 30 are not going to be there. Now, what's going to happen for them is, they're going to get a chance to go to another school, a smaller school, and play, but they won't get a chance to participate and be at one of the top SEC type schools, the Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, whatever. They don't get a chance to be part of that program anymore because it's going to be 105. And we just mentioned with baseball the same thing. Instead of having 10 or 12 or 15 walk-ons who don't count against scholarships, but player gets hurt. Say a player blows an arm out in February, you can move another player up that was going to not play, but move him up to your active roster, so to speak, and then have him for depth. That's not going to happen now.
No.
You're going to be stuck at 34. Period.
34 is 34.
Yeah, and so you're not going to have those extra players you can pull up. So there's some pluses and minuses, but hard roster limits. It's going to curtail having deep depth, I guess, in terms of these walk-on type players. But the positive aspect of that is maybe a team like ETSU or Middle Tennessee or some of those other smaller schools perhaps can pick up better players and improve their rosters, so to speak. So it's going to be interesting to see how people bounce that. It's a whole new world as far as the rosters and the scholarship numbers and all those kinds of things.
So if you're a coach out there, we're talking Jeff Beverly talking Big Orange Updates. If you're pick any sport of any college coach right now, how do you plan for anything? I mean, because
that makes it hard.
See, I was gone last week. So they had stuff the week before. They had stuff last week come down while I was off. And so yesterday they changed the scholarship limit. Yesterday we had the story they want to move back to starting week, which will not have anything to do with the teams, but it doesn't. They want to go back from week 1 now go back to week 0 to give them more of an open date because on the average, most of these teams are playing 4.5 months of football. So my question is, you got scholarships, you got recruiting, you got the NIL, you got the Wisconsin-Miami lawsuit we talked about on Monday. Xavier Lucas left Wisconsin. He's now down in Miami, so Wisconsin says you're poaching. So
which happens a lot.
It happens a lot. So to me, it would be very difficult, I would think, to be a college football or any college coach on any sport because it's continually changing. There's nothing etched in stone. It's not like, okay, we're going to stop July. Maybe they will. We're going to stop July 1st. No more changes till next year after all the sports season's over. But it seems like it's a daily occurrence that they're making rule changes. Am I right or wrong? It would be very difficult for Tom
Oh,
and Jeff to be
absolutely.
a coach.
Absolutely, and that's why I think you see a lot of these coaches getting out of it, like Nick Saban and others. You just don't want to fool with that, or other schools hiring a general manager type position for football, particularly,
Exactly.
because you have to balance so many players you have to watch after. But it's like Coach Barnes with basketball. They didn't know whether Zakai or Jordan Gainey were going to get the 5th-year eligibility granted. Of course, he went through lawsuits and that's been denied. So now he's got his roster pretty much set now. But all this unknown going up because his house setup was coming down. That's supposed to have been delivered, weeks ago, and it finally did last week, I guess. And so, not knowing roster limit sizes, not knowing how the scholarship's going to be applied, it'll drive a head coach kind of crazy to figure all this stuff out. If they ever get to a point to where it's settled, then they can plan and go forward. But it's like Coach Vitello we mentioned yesterday, or just a moment ago rather. 16 players have left in the portal since the end of the season for Tennessee. Well, some of that's probably just honest conversation saying you're probably not going to get to play here.
Yeah.
And
You
it
need
might
to go
be,
elsewhere.
If you want to play, you probably need to go find another school to play. Because we're recruiting these other kids to come in, and so the more these other schools get like portal players, you go out and get a portal player, you're getting a player that's been proven. You've seen what they've done for a year or two in college. It's so you're getting somebody that this kid can play or whatever. Which you get a high school kid, you don't know till they get there, if they're going to be able to contribute. But it's difficult to be a college coach at this point for sure.
No question, because it's changing. Well, all right, you wake up, and they probably got tipped all this is going to happen, but still, they wake up this morning and find out now you can go 105 players.
That had been talked about, as part of this House settlement. They thought that was going to be the case.
Been kicked around,
but
nothing definite.
But until it becomes official, you don't know for sure. You're just speculating, like we talked about. So, once these rules finally get finalized, then they can go forward and start making their plans. But until then, it's been a tumultuous spring for sure.
Oh yeah, plan your recruiting, plan this, plan that, and all of a sudden, to use a baseball terminology, boom, the NCAA throws a curveball. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit. Again, 4th of July right around the corner next weekend. If you're getting ready to have a big shindig in the backyard and you don't want to cook, you don't want to fire up the grill, you just want to get some great food, here it is. You can get just the meat only. By the pound, pulled pork, pulled beef, pulled chicken, pork belly, burnt ends, smoked turkey, sliced beef brisket, chicken salad, baby back ribs, all right here again at Phil's Dream Pit. The website is philsdreampit.com. You can go there and order it. You can call in and order it at 349-6437. Or better yet, come in here and sit down. And as soon as I pulled up today, Brandon, our pit master, is back there. You can smell it. He's been cooking it all night long.
It smells good, too.
Oh, hickory smoked. As soon as you pull in the parking lot, you hear this. You're not hear it. You can smell the smoker. Whew, it's good stuff. And so it's all right here again at Phil's Dream Pit. All right, Tennessee basketball. Coach Barnes got some new guys on the roster. How's summer camp going so far?
Summer camp is going well for what limited information you have right now. But the word is that Nate Ament, the number 2 player, number 3 player in the country that signed with Tennessee, he was 6'10", 6'11", but plays like a guard. He's going to be a one and done for sure. But they say he's been outstanding, that he's even better than advertised. So, and from outside, inside, both. I mean, he's real slender build right now, so he'll probably won't bulk up, and he will bulk up a little bit before he gets to conference play for sure. But they say he has been as advertised so far in workouts. And Gillespie taking over the point position for Zakai has been very, very good. So I think the basketball team is going to pick up and be right there at the top of the league again, and probably a top 20, top 15, top 10 type team again. We'll see how quickly everybody gels. You get that many new people on the roster. It takes some time for everybody to work together. But they'll allow them to work out more in the summer than they used to. So it won't be long for basketball. We'll be cranking up too. So be anxious to see how this group blends together, and with a superstar like Ament, we'll see how he blends in with the other players.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, from everything we've read so far and everything we're hearing so far, he is the real deal.
We're here. So let's move this over. Maybe these guys want to sit here. We're taking up a lot of space, but move it.
We'll move that.
Move that right there, and they can use that chair right over there because
Okay.
Here, I'll take this. There you go. It's packed in here. We like it. At Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. So the obvious, Tennessee football. Here we go. So
wow, what a all this recruiting calendar stuff has so changed so much since we first started talking about Tennessee football years ago and recruiting and all kinds of stuff. Now, June is the hot month, and so the past 3 weekends, Tennessee's had huge weekends for top visitors, and so dead period starts July 1st, so that's when you'll start seeing commits. So I think Tennessee's expecting, and the people that cover Tennessee are expecting them to get a number of commits over the next 2 to 3 weeks. But they're right in there with competing. We've already talked about competing with the Georgias and the Alabamas, Ohio States for these players. That's what you want. That's the fish you want to go after.
Mm-hmm.
And so the people they've had in there have been amazing. Now, a couple of interesting players to watch. Savion Hyder, the running back, pretty much it's a Michigan-Tennessee battle for him. Number 1 running back in the country. So everybody's excited about that. A lot of people thought Michigan had him for sure. But he's been at Tennessee a couple of times, came back this past weekend for an official visit. Likes what he sees at Tennessee. So we'll see how that goes and whether he actually commits over the next month or so. A lot of people anticipate him committing in July. We'll see if that happens.
He's a game changer, isn't he? Number 1 running back in the country.
He is, and the number 1 wide receiver, Tristan Keys. Tennessee recruited him hard. He committed to LSU here a few months ago, but he has continued to keep Tennessee in the picture. Came to Tennessee a couple weekends ago for an official visit. Did a video. He did the video of him in a Tennessee uniform,
Good
sort
sign.
of walking out with the crowd and that kind of stuff. And it caught a lot of LSU people off guard, and a lot of LSU people on the boards were not real happy that he was up there having such a good time at Tennessee. Actually, there's been some word that he's going to decommit from LSU this week. Don't know if that'll happen or not. We'll see. But I think Tennessee's in a good position with him now because they've shown that you talk about Jalen Hyatt and Cedric Tillman and all these great players, receivers we've had. Brew McCoy. They've had a lot of success with receivers recently. So he's big, like 6'3", lanky, fast, all the kind of players. Typical prototype wide receiver that you want. So we'll see if Tennessee can maybe flip him a little bit and get him to sign with the Vols.
So Tennessee's in on the number 1 running back in the country, Savion Hyder,
Yep.
down to them in Michigan.
Yep.
And Tristan Keys, who was committed to LSU.
Still is officially.
Still is, but he's been seen wearing a Tennessee.
He has had a good time at Tennessee this June. They had that 865 event, which is sort of open event at the 1st of June, and he was there for that. Then he came back for his official visit last weekend, the weekend before last, for an official visit. And they were bringing in 5 or 6 players at a time, And this past weekend with Hyder, they brought in Faison Brandon, the quarterback from over in North Carolina, who's firmly committed. One of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the class next year. He came in on his official visit to be with Hyder and some other guys, to sort of help recruit. And he was at the Elite 11 camp last week and was one of the top players at the Elite 11 quarterback camp. Just outstanding. Some video from there, just outstanding. He's 6'3", 180, 185. Just a smooth arm. Really big, good athlete, fast. So we'll see if he comes in, if he can be the real deal. Like a lot of people thought Nico was going to be, because we all know how that panned out. So you don't know what's going to happen with these players in the transfer portal and all this kind of stuff. Egos get with you and so forth. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Tennessee's recruiting really well right now, and keep your fingers crossed. These next 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully maybe by next time we get together, we'll have some names to put out there to say these guys are committed.
So Aguilar, do you think this guy's the deal? I mean, he's the one everybody's been talking about. You have these other 5-star quarterbacks still there, I think, aren't
Yep,
they?
they are. Yep.
So is Joey Aguilar, is he the quarterback for Tennessee? You think he's the guy?
I think going in, he's the starter, and then we'll see if he can actually completely, win the job over. He's got a lot more experience, obviously, than Merklinger or McIntyre's a true freshman. Merklinger's played a little bit, but obviously Aguilar had 2 years at App State. Was good enough to transfer to UCLA. So obviously, was recruited to Summit level when he came into the portal. Of course, they went after Nico, and we know all that story. So we'll see. I mean, he may be more of a fit at quarterback than even Nico was for Josh Heupel's system. I think he can run a little bit better than Nico, a little bit more of a running instinct than Nico and Joe Milton. We think about Hendon Hooker had a little bit of an instinct about running. You think back about how he was able to move the ball on the ground in addition to the air. So maybe Aguilar gives you a little more of that. We'll see. But he's a strong kid, a lot of experience, and we'll see how the quarterback. It's going to be interesting to watch how the quarterback battle. When fall camp starts, 1st of August, or just about a month away. I guess. Fall camp will probably be starting here about a month away. So we'll start getting reports out of there. Who's running first team? They'll can tell who's running first team, but who lines up first. In practice and so forth. So they'll get a feel for that. And as things change through fall camp, reports are limited because the reporters are just allowed in for a few minutes of the first part of the sessions. But we'll start to get some feel for it.
We're here live at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue here on this Tuesday. It's packed in here. We love it. So it always is from 11 to 7. Tuesday through Saturday, it rocks and rolls in here, I can tell you that. Again, 4th of July right around the corner. We keep telling you if you're interested. Now, they can deliver it to you. If you're having a party of 32 folks or more having a big old get-together, they'll bring it to you. Otherwise, you can buy and get meat by the pound. Pork belly, what do you normally get when you get a sandwich?
I normally get the pulled pork.
Pulled pork, pulled beef, pulled chicken, pork belly burnt ends, smoked turkey. All this by the pound. Just give them a call or go to the website, check it out. The pricing's there. Sliced beef brisket, chicken salad, or baby back ribs by the pound. There it is. If you need the sides, you get the sides for the 4th of July for any time. We keep thinking to say the 4th, but for any time. Baked beans, creamy coleslaw, mac and cheese, Italian green beans, potato salad, mac salad, cheesy hash brown casserole. All that available, too, on the sides here at Phil's Dream Pit. philsdreampit.com. Or the phone number is 349-6437. So if you're hankering for some barbecue for the 4th of July, which is hard to – it just means hard to believe it's the 4th of July.
I know.
It's like the other day was Easter.
I know. Well, of course, the heat now is making it feel like more 4th of July with this week with the heat index for sure.
Yeah. No problem here. I'd rather have this than winter storm warnings and ice storms and all that garbage. Burn it up. It's easier for me to cool down than to heat up, so I'm okay. So – it's the heat index ain't bothering me at all. We'll just keep trucking, roll the windows down. Back in the day, we didn't have air conditioning in our car. We had what Dad used to call 460. 4 windows down going 60 miles an hour. That was our air conditioner.
I mean, the little vents we used to have down in the floor.
Oh, the wing vents?
Or the wing, or the ones on the floor, yeah.
Just sitting, had an old Naugahyde seat in the back seat and just sweat like a pig.
Oh, yeah.
And didn't care. No.
That was the way it was.
No, just growing up.
That's the way it was.
In the hills of, in your case, Tennessee, and for me, West Virginia, and just keep on trucking.
You mentioned the Athlon magazine there a moment ago. I can remember back in our day, the Street Smith was the magazine that came out. You remember the Street Smith?
Oh, yes.
And that was about the only one.
Yeah.
Sporting News would have something in their paper form, but not really in a magazine form. But Street Smith was the quote, the college football Bible, I guess, back that came out, and
exactly
we would get
right.
that, and that would have all the information, all the rosters. Now you can't print it. Even if time you print something, it's
outdated.
It's outdated because people can move so much now.
Oh, yeah.
So ain't so much stuff online now too. But
well, I tell you yesterday, I was I'm going to sit down and it's an interesting read, and we've got several local kids that are being mentioned.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the different teams they're playing for. We're going back to Parker Hughes. He's got a nice little plug in the Middle Tennessee State write-up because he's the leading tackle of the team coming back from Elizabethton out MTSU. So and last. Before I let you go here, I know you got to get going. You got places to go, and I appreciate you coming. Running back, who's a running back for Tennessee this year? Who's going to tote the mail?
Well, I think Deshaun Bishop and Peyton Lewis. So Bishop was from Knox Carnes, Peyton Lewis from Virginia. They're the two leading returning running backs, and both had pretty good years as freshmen. They got a transfer, Star Thomas, from Duke.
It's a good name.
Yeah, good name.
Star Thomas.
Star Thomas.
The running back name.
He was pretty highly sought after. He's got a little more experience, so a lot of people think he may even start. Although with the way Tennessee rotates running backs, it doesn't really matter who starts from that standpoint because all of them are going to play. But yeah, those three will be the main ones, and then you got a couple of freshmen that may come in there. There's, we'll see. It's hard for freshmen to come in and play on it running back very quickly because especially for pass protection. I remember Dylan Sampson, who was a true freshman. He missed a blitz down at LSU and got Hendon Hooker killed on a backside blitz where he missed the changing over and picking up the blitzer. So these freshmen, takes them a while to learn all the reads and all the pickups. But, those three should be the top three going into fall practice for sure.
In that magazine, it says Tennessee may struggle to get 10 wins this year. There's a lot of question marks on the offensive side of the football. So, they got them picked 8th or 9th preseason in the SEC. So, is that a fair assessment?
Probably right now it probably is in terms of till we see how maybe Aguilar is going to fit in. Till you see some of these, they haven't replaced a lot of the offensive line, but they've gotten some transfers in who are going to be really big players in the offensive line. And so we'll see how that goes. I think receivers are going to be better than what people are thinking. But they also are receivers to the portal, but they've got some guys coming in. They got a couple of freshmen coming in, and the ones that they have coming back from last year, they're a little bit inexperienced, but they're very talented from a standpoint of just athleticism and skill. I think receiving crew is going to be a little better than what people are anticipating. I think running backs are going to be pretty solid. Now, you don't have a Dylan Sampson back there, but you've got some pretty solid running backs. And so if Aguilar can be more of the director and getting the ball to the right people, or if it's Merklinger, but if Aguilar's the guy, if he can just be the director and get the ball to some of these skilled people out in space kind of thing, I think you'll see more of a Tennessee offense that we got used to with Heupel on the early years than we have the last two. I really think Milton and Nico were sort of limited in how they processed, the system, how they made decisions. I think that made them a little bit slower to run it. We'll see whether it's Merklinger or whether it's Aguilar, if they can pick that speed back up, getting the play set, running the offense at a quicker tempo like we got used to.
Run that high-octane offense. Thanks for coming, Bubba.
Yes, sir. Glad
Great
to be
job.
here. Maybe next time we get together, we'll have a lot more recruiting news to have and to nail down.
37 years we've been together.
37.
It's a long time. You were 8 years old when I first
I was
asked
8.
you.
I was almost 9. Almost 9. I was going into 4th grade, and
That's it. I robbed him out of 4th grade. Took him off the bat. He was out on the playground on the bad line. I said, "Can I take that guy right there because keep him out of trouble?"
yeah, well, and it helped.
Do you remember? Do you remember your 4th grade teacher,
Mrs. Lewis,
Mrs. Lewis? Went to Mrs. Lewis and said, "Can you please? Can I have this boy here? He's a troubled lad."
Johnson Elementary School. Miss Lewis. Back then we didn't switch teachers. You had one teacher,
the whole
for
year.
the whole year. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So-
No, we go back a long way. He's been a dear friend and a brother in Christ, and we love that, and we appreciate him. Again, our buddy Jeff Beverly, the Big Orange Update. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll see if we can get Axel in here before he takes off. And then we got Major League Baseball to take a look at. My man, our catcher, Cal Raleigh, up in the Seattle Mariner catcher, is killing it. Another home run last night. We'll tell you all about that. Major League Baseball. Got some NASCAR news. Got some local high school baseball news. All that straight ahead. Stay with us. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26 on the Tom Daly Sports Show.
Really easy way to feed a family or a bunch of people. We start them off at 4. Dream pack for 4 runs $32.99, gives you a pound of meat. You can do pulled pork or pulled chicken, either one at that price. 3 sides, it's a pint each, so it's a 4-ounce serving of meat, 4-ounce serving of 3 different sides. Gives you a really good meal that'll fill you up. It's not something that you eat and you're hungry later, an hour later. I'm going to include your buns, your barbecue sauce. Instead of picking up a pizza, come by here, pick up a Dream Pack. Your family will thank you. And if you need it for more people, the breakdown on it's $8.25 a person. 12 people, for instance, is $99. You'll see that advertising out from us in a lot of different places. Feed 12 people for $99. That gives you 2 pounds of meat, a quart and a half of each side. Still gives you the bun, still the barbecue sauce. Really, really popular. I had a group at Eastman just order a 16 for Wednesday. So you call us ahead. We can do as many people as you want. We do 100 people, 200 people. We'll put those in pans for you, or as few as 4. So an even number, however many you want. $8.25 a person. You can't beat it.
Cannot beat it, folks. Again, here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. The phone number is 349-6437. Hours are open.
11 to 7, Tuesday through Saturday. We take Sunday and Monday off, but we're here the rest of the week.
Social media.
Social media on Facebook. Maybe Instagram later if one of my kids shows me how to use it, but right now it's on Facebook. That's where people watch you, so we'll figure they've got it here.
And the website is?
Website is philsdreampit.com.
You got it.
I see a familiar face here. Looks like he's ready to talk to you.
He is.
Talk
That's
some
our buddy Jeff.
Going to talk some NASCAR, I'm betting.
That's our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit. One of our great sponsors here on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2,310. We've been doing this for 10 years, going at it. Hello to Rick Ranson down in Pensacola, Florida. How you doing, sir? Hello to the folks down in Georgia watching. Thank you. We're joined by Axel Steins. How you doing, Axel? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good on this Tuesday, the 24th day of June.
Yeah. How many shows have I done?
2310.
2,000.
Yeah, we keep going up, going up.
Going up. We're going for 3,000. Or we're going to go for 2,400. We'll go with that one.
Yeah.
We're up to our next stop is 2,400 shows.
Yeah.
We're at 23.
Next goal.
Next goal, thank you.
Yeah.
So what'd you have to eat?
I had pulled pork, turkey, and some barbecue chips with a side and baked beans.
Ooh, that's good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
The quest for perfect barbecue.
The quest for perfect barbecue. Yep. What's the countdown to Cyclone football?
59 days, 3 hours, 46 minutes, and 3 seconds.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We're down to 59 days, 3 hours, and 45 minutes now to Cyclone football.
Yeah.
The Cyclone Walk on September the 5th. It's all Axel Steins. That's when Axel Steins shines. Tell us what you do on the Cyclone Walk.
The guys come out of the locker room. We get them pepped up. I'm recording. Me and Carrie are recording it live for the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page.
You do?
And they come out of the sidewalk. I high five some of them, and I even high five Tuffy and Stormy while the Betsy cheerleaders are doing their little songs, and that's what the Cyclone Walk is all about, folks.
So it's all about. You do it every time, every home game.
Yeah.
You do a great job.
We have 4 of them this year, in case if you have not heard.
4 home games, all we got.
Yeah.
Next year we got 6 home games. Yeah, there you go. So it's 4 home, 6 away this year. We start August 22nd against Science Hill. You got it. So
Our good old rivalry
Get it.
between the two.
You got it. Now, what's your dad having for lunch over there? What's he eating? What'd he say?
Turkey, chicken, and pulled pork.
Turkey, chicken, and pork. That would be
Yeah.
the sample platter. That's good. What kind of sides you got? Beans? Woo!
The quest for perfect barbecue.
There you go. The quest for perfect barbecue. I'm glad you guys came out. Tomorrow I'm at Chick-fil-A. If you come in tomorrow, Thursday I'm at Carter County Bank. Friday I'll be at Food City.
Of course.
And if you want to come, come. We'd love to have you come and be a part of the show.
Yeah, part of the summer road trip.
The summer road trip. The Steins boys on the road with Tom Taylor.
Yeah,
Axel Steins shines.
yeah.
There you go. Thank you Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. And we got matching caps again today.
We do have matching caps. You're right.
Yeah.
So tell them what I say at the end of each show.
Bloom where you planted it, and win or lose, be a good sport.
Bloom where you planted and win or lose, be a good sport. You got it. That's my man. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. Is your heat pump working tip top? Today we got a heat index out. It's supposed to be 107 today, the heat index.
Yeah, that's what I actually heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So I hope you're taking it easy out there today, folks. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated for the most part.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. So if your heat pump's not working like it should, there's probably a good chance some of them aren't right now because of the heat. Here's Advanced Heat Pump. Tell you all about it. Coming up next, take a look at Major League Baseball on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's important to hire a professional because you want a quality, trained, and licensed person working in your home. All of my staff are factory trained and have years of experience. With today's technology in heating and air conditioning systems, you want a trained professional working on your system. Our motivation to provide our customers with the best service is years of experience. We've been in business for 35 years and we plan on being in business for another 35 years, so we want to make our customers happy.
Back in the Tom Daly Sports Show, show number 2,310. It's a lot of yapping, so that's okay.
That's a lot of yapping.
A lot of yapping. Been coming here every year for, gosh, we've been open 15 years. Been here since day one.
Oh, gosh, it's more than 15. It's like 17 now.
17 years,
I think,
with
yeah.
Phil.
2008.
Yeah. So I've been coming every month all these years. So love coming out here. Place has been packed. We love it. The Steins boys are in here. They wolfed down some food. Got it's interesting. You had to open up even before 11 o'clock. It was like 6 or 7 till because they were clamoring to get in there. So we like that.
Yeah, we do like that.
Yeah. This is Brian, by the way. Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit. All right, the food truck. It's a big deal. It's been out on the road for a couple of months. It's gaining steam. You guys are everywhere. Tell us about the Phil's Dream Pit food truck.
Well, yeah, the food truck's something that my friend Jerry Hedrick came to me one day, and God was working in his life a little bit, and he comes in, and I'm talking to him about some things, and he said, "Well," he said, "I'm out of a job, and I'm kind of trying to figure out what to do." And he said, I got a little friend that runs a little hot dog cart, and I was thinking about doing that with barbecue. And my eyes lit up, and I said, "Do you want a partner?" I said, I know where a trailer is, and I said, "I think it's been sitting there for a little while, and I think the picking might be ripe for it about right now." I said, "I made the guy an offer on it once before for something else I was looking at." And I said, "I think if I go back to him with a little more money than all for the first time, and he might be a little more motivated to sell it." And we put that together. So we started that food truck in December. Jerry's on the road every day. I think he's over at the Ballard Training Center in Blountville today. And then he hops around at night. Phil'sDreamPit.com. You can click on food truck, and it'll tell you where we're going to be. Really excited. My personal house is over near Freedom Hall, and church there on Garanda Drive is going to set us up 4th of July at Freedom Hall. So we'll be there right in the middle of everything for the Johnson City fireworks. So look for us over there. Just very, very excited about the things that are going on. And, yeah, the food truck's a nice little part of the business that lets us go out into places where people normally wouldn't be able to enjoy Phil's Dream Pit on their lunch, don't have time to get over here or something of that nature. And we do the menu with a little bit of a twist there. I mean, we still have pulled pork sandwiches and pulled chicken sandwiches, but we knew right away a 6x12 trailer is not going to let us run the full menu that we run in here. So I said, well, if we don't have everything in the restaurant that we have on the food truck, let's have some stuff on the food truck we don't have in the restaurant. So we do a couple of things with a unique twist there. We do tacos off the food truck, pulled pork and pulled chicken tacos that little street taco style flour tortilla shell with soft shell with our meat on it, a little bit of guacamole salsa and a little bit of pickled onion. They are delicious. And then we also do a pulled pork and a pulled chicken nacho that with nacho cheese, the meat, jalapeno pepper, sour cream, again, a little bit of guacamole salsa. That's kind of our signature. That's something not everybody does, but that guacamole salsa is absolutely delicious. It's kind of hard to get. Jerry picked some up one day and was like, "I want to start using this." And I had to go searching the world over to figure out how in the world we were going to get enough to keep it for the amount of volume we do. But, yeah, the food truck's been a really big success. God's working in my life and working in Jerry's life. And, it's the relationship we forged well before Phil and Jerry have been friends for years and years. Jerry's daughter worked in the restaurant, and, just honored to be able to do that with him. And for also, we've been wanting a food truck for a long time, and I'd lay at home at night and go, I just don't feel like I've got the right person to do it. And then God sends the right person in here, walks down, plops in front of me, and basically says, "Hey, what if I ran a food truck for you?" He doesn't say it quite that way, but it couldn't have been much more plain to me than that. The clouds parted and the light bulb came on over my head, and I said, I think God nudged me on the shoulder and telling me this is the time. So we're pretty proud of that.
He's a connected God, no question. We're here live at his store, Phil's Dream Pit, his restaurant, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. I keep going back to 4th of July. It's hard for me to believe it's here. My go day was Easter, but it's 4th of July coming up. If you want some of this great food, if you're going to have a backyard get-together, you don't want to cook, You just want the meat. Get the meat by the pound. Tell us about that. Pork belly, pulled chicken, pulled beef. You got a full menu.
Pulled pork, $15.99 a pound. Still one of the lowest prices in the area for a restaurant for pulled pork. We do pulled beef and pulled chicken as well. Have people order pounds of brisket, pounds of smoked turkey, whole racks of ribs. That day before the 4th is one of our busiest days of the year with people ordering bulk meats and bulk meals for their 4th of July party. They're going, you know what, it's going to be 100 degrees outside, and I think I'd rather just join in the pool with everybody else than to sit there manning the grill all day. And you can just drop the meat in a big stock pot of water, bring it to a boil, and it's ready to go. So it's really easy. Lets you enjoy the time with your family instead of slaving over a grill or a hot fire or whatever all day.
Yep. How do you do it? Just call in?
Yes, sir. Call in. Again, you can order it at philsdreampit.com. But if you want to, if you're going, hey, I got 30 people, and I'm just not sure how much meat I need, and some of them are big eaters, and some of them are kids, you give us a call, and the people here, I've got Tara, Malachi, and Olivia here today. They will walk you through that. Make sure that you get everything that you need. And unlike some restaurants that have started charging for that, we still include barbecue sauce with all of our meat. So when you get the meat, you get our signature sauces with it. The Phil's Dream Pit Original Sweet, our Sweet Fire, our new Blackberry Fire sauce is really, really popular. We had that for years and then brought it back by demand. Have a mustard-based sauce and a vinegar-based sauce. I tell people all the time, if you want mustard or vinegar sauce, you probably already know you do before you walk through the door.
Yep.
But vinegar is one of my favorites personally. And then, of course, we got the Smoking Hot and the Sweet Fire, too, for those that like just a little bit of heat with their meat. So a little bit of something for everybody.
So the new one is a Blackberry
Fire.
Blackberry Fire.
Yeah, it's our Sweet Fire sauce, and we just we spiced that up. Well, I say spiced it actually. We put a little blackberry in it. It makes it a really sweet blackberry flavor. I did have one customer one time say, well, I don't like any spice at all. Can you do the blackberry without the fire? And I said, it's a tick on the sweet side without something to cut it. It doesn't have just a tiny bit of bite to it, but it's really, really tolerable. Just a really good blend. Absolutely one of our favorite sauces now, the Blackberry Fire, right away.
We're right here again at Phil's Dream Pit. So we'll talk about the Dream Packs. Also, he's our pregame spot. There it is, right there. Blackberry Fire.
Blackberry Fire.
Blackberry Fire, as they say back home. He's our pregame sponsor of Cyclone Football. You see the countdown on the countdown's on the screen. 59 days, 3 hours, 34 minutes, and 8 seconds till we open things up at Science Hill. He's our pregame sponsor of Elizabeth and Cyclone Football, which we're very proud of. For the second year, he's going to be our pregame sponsor of all the sports again this year. Everything we do a lot of different sports, starting obviously football in the fall. The Dream Packs, something really cool. Feeds 4 to whack. Tell us about the Dream Packs.
Yeah, the Dream Packs, it's a really easy way to feed a certain number of people. So again, if you go, I've got 20 people, and you know what, I want the whole shooting match. You just call us and get a Dream Pack. It's going to come with your meat, your barbecue sauce, your buns, your choice of any 3 of our sides. So you can do baked beans, coleslaw, macaroni and cheese, potato salad. You can get our green beans. You can get our macaroni salad. If you got kids or some picky eaters, we can just throw in some bags of plain or barbecue potato chips for one of the sides if you want. But a really easy way to feed the crew for what we feel is a really affordable price. I mean, our pulled pork, $9.25 a person, $36.99 to feed 4 people. Pulled chicken, $9.50 a person, $37.99 to feed 4 people. Pulled beef at $10 a person, $39.99 to feed 4 people. You can feed 12 people for $111, which is a pretty, in this market where the dollar hamburgers and things are just a thing of the past. If you get a dollar hamburger, you're probably just getting bread with a little bit of mustard on it usually now. But
you ain't getting much.
One thing we've always done, Tom, I've never cut a serving size.
No, you don't.
Never.
No.
I have and neither has Phil. So the day we opened, we put our sides in 6-ounce cups, and we still put our sides in 6-ounce cups today. And we try to offer a fair product at a fair price, and if prices have to go up, which they do sometimes, then they go up. But the one thing we're not going to do is try to pull the wool over somebody's eyes or cheat our customers by charging the same thing and going, well, you just get a little bit less now than you did before. When you walk in here, if you walked in here 10 years ago and you walk in here today, you're going to get the same amount of food for the same meal.
I can vouch for that. Yep. So you, in closing of the Dream Packs, you feed 4, $9.25 a person. So go out and try and get somewhere else. You get meat, buns, barbecue sauce, and 3 sides for $9.25 a person. Ain't going to happen. Dream Packs. Well, there you go. These are takeout only. And again, it's a phone call away, 349-6437, or the website is philsdreampit.com, either way. So we've already talked about it, and 183 days till Christmas. We're not going to get into that yet, but around the corner will be the smoked turkey and smoked hams for the holidays, which are, I've already had people ask me that I've got them for Christmas presents. I had a guy ask me last week, it's in June, he said, you gonna do, hey buddy, you gonna do turkeys again this year? I said, well, that's a pretty strong hint that you want one. Oh, yeah.
We do smoked turkey year-round, so that's something you can get from us.
Yeah.
And, again, we made a commitment to turkey a couple of years ago. I don't know how many people pay attention to turkey outside of Thanksgiving or Christmas, but turkey prices were really on the rise, and a lot of restaurants just cut them out. And we worked with our supplier, figured out a way to continue to make smoked turkey work, so we've kept smoked turkey on the menu through the whole thing. We actually don't cook whole turkey. We smoke just turkey breast, so all white meat, really, really delicious, juicy, perfectly seasoned. I have just Michaela Miller, our catering director, whenever she works the register, she tells people, she's like, try the turkey. I don't like turkey, but I love our turkey. Mm-hmm. So that's something that if you like turkey, I'd encourage you to come out, try the smoked turkey. You can certainly get it at Thanksgiving or Christmas, but it's something that we have on the menu year-round that you can always get. Now, the smoked ham is exclusive to Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter. We do them 3 times a year, and that's the only time we do them. So
there you go. It's a good place, folks. Eastern Star Exit, Interstate 26. It's a faith-based business. The Lord's honored him for that. And so it's, I think if I'm right in saying during COVID, your employees never missed a paycheck.
No, sir. Never missed a paycheck. We're blessed to do a lot of relief work during Hurricane Helene. That's something that, we've still have people coming up to us and telling us thank you. And that's not credit to me. That's the Holy Spirit working in my heart, telling me, guiding me, and just trying to be obedient. I tell people all the time this is God's business, and I'm just the idiot that He put here trying not to mess anything up. If we listen to Him, everything will be fine. If we go our own way, it's probably going to get ugly. So I try to listen to Him, let Him guide what we're doing, and we try to give back to our community. We want to be good citizens of the community, good stewards of what God's given us, and we want to just honor Him and glorify Him in everything we do. Because everything in this life, this restaurant, all of it's temporary. It can be gone tomorrow, and our Savior forever, and
we understand that. You can move that table, give him a little more room now if you want to.
I will, and I'll move these.
Move that right there and give him some more eating room. Got him packed in here. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Major League Baseball next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Why Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings in downtown Elizabeth?
When everything goes corporate and everybody, you walk in and you're customer number 1,799, here you're Tom, and we know who Tom is, we know who you are, and we do it the old-fashioned way, so we're big enough now that we can take care of everybody and we can, get the good deals, we get the volume discounts and all that kind of stuff, and we're one of the last family-owned furniture stores in East Tennessee. But we're small enough that we know who you are and we can take care of you.
Absolutely. Social media, how do we find you?
We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram, at cannonshomestore.com on the internet. And just look up Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings on Facebook.
Hours are open?
Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 5.
And the magic phone number to call?
423-543-6937.
Be loyal. Buy local. Biden Elizabeth from Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Buddy Michaela Miller from Phil's Dream Pit, catering. Tell us catering opportunities using Phil's Dream Pit.
Well, where do I start? You call me, you tell me how many people you want, It's $13.99 per person. It'll be a 15% gratuity on top of that with a $200 setup and serve fee. And what that's going to get you is me and a team of 5 or 6, depending on how many I need, will come out. I'll set up my food. I make your sandwiches. We'll serve all your sides. We clean up, get out of your hair, and you never know we were there.
What are the options on the menu?
Pretty much it's open game.
Anything?
Open game.
Yep.
Okay, the hash brown casserole. We don't do the hash brown casserole in bulk or catering at all.
349-6437. Catering opportunities for any event coming up. Give them a call right here at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue, catering any event. Call her, ask for Michaela, and let her step you through how she can help you with catering from Phil's Dream Pit, one of our great sponsors on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and on Cyclone Football. And back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show number 2,310 today, as you see on the screen. Tomorrow will be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday will be at Carter County Bank. We'll wrap up the week. We'll be at Food City on a Food City Friday. So we, as Johnny, the late Johnny Cash says, we're everywhere. We go everywhere. So we got some shows coming up in Kingsport next month. So picking up some new sponsors, one new sponsor. So we're excited about that. We're here live at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Again, the quest for perfect barbecue. And so we appreciate you guys very much. Take a look at Major League Baseball. Again, the Braves will go round 2 tonight. Spencer Strider on the mound for the Bravos against Frankie Montas in New York against the Mets. Mets are struggling. We'll go through that here in a second. Evan Carter and the Texas Rangers, who did not play last night, but Evan and the Rangers will be in Baltimore tonight for a 6:35 first pitch. Charlie Morton on the mound for the Orioles, and Latz will go for the Rangers tonight. Toronto and Cleveland, the A's in Detroit. You have the Yankees in Cincinnati. Reds got them last night, and so the Reds will do Game 2 of that series tonight against the Yankees in Cincinnati. Arizona and Chicago against the White Sox. Kansas City hosting Tampa Bay. The Pirates in Milwaukee. Seattle and Minnesota. The Cardinals and the Cubs will go round 2 in Busch Stadium tonight. The Cardinals and the Cubbies. Philadelphia at Houston. Houston, a red-hot team. The Dodgers in Colorado. Also tonight in Major League Baseball, the Red Sox in L.A. to battle the Angels. Washington at San Diego. And the San Francisco Giants hosting Miami in Oracle Park in San Francisco. So let's take a look at the standings. It's we'll have Greg on tomorrow, Mr. Baseball. We want to get, where are they? We shuffle our papers here. We've got so many people coming in to move our stuff. And let's see. It was right here. And it's still right here. Here we go. All right, standings. Bye, guys. Thanks for coming. See you tomorrow. You get to go to Dollywood Thursday? How come I can't go to? How come I got to work? You get to go swimming. I will. Well, Axel's informed me he won't be here Thursday. He's going swimming at Splash Country. Someone's got to work. There you go. All right, in the American League East, Yankees lead the Tampa Bay Rays by 2. The Yankees in a tailspin have lost 7 out of 10. The Rays are hot. They've won 7 out of 10. The Yankees lead them by 2 in the East. In the Central, Detroit's still the best record in baseball at 49-30 to 19 over 500. They lead the Guardians by 8.5. The Detroit Tigers in a division right now that's not so hot. You've got the Royals and the Twins both in a tailspin. Kansas City's lost 2 in a row and 6 out of 10. Minnesota's lost 4 in a row, and they've lost 9 out of 10. They're struggling right now with the Twinkies. In the West, the Astros doing it again. They've won 7 out of 10. They lead the Mariners by 4.5. The Mariners have won 2 straight and 7 out of 10, but the Astros lead the division by 4.5 games right now. And again, the best home record in baseball, who would that be? Let me look up and down through real quick. Should be, yep, it is. It's the Detroit Tigers. Are 26-12 at home. The best road team. Road record, let's see, let's scan this real quick, would be 21-17. You got 3 teams, the Yankees, the Phillies, and the Cubs. All 3 have the best road record in baseball right now. In the American League, in the National League, Philadelphia, a game and a half better than the Mets. Phillies 8 out of 10 they've won. The Mets in a spin they've lost 2 in a row, and 9 out of 10. New York struggling, but yet they're only a game and a half back in the NL East. The Braves are 10 and a half back. In the Central, the Cubs lead the Brewers and the Cardinals by 3.5. You have Milwaukee and St. Louis playing very good baseball. They've won 7 out of the last 10. So they're chasing the Cubs and within striking distance, of course, at 3.5 out. In the West, the Dodgers lead the Giants by 3.5. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. They won 7 out of 10, and they just continue to play very good baseball for manager Dave Roberts and the L.A. Dodgers. All right, the All-Star voting still going on. Who's the hot guy right now? Without question, the number one vote getter at this point is Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees, the overall leading vote getter. Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers, the leading vote getter in the National League. So some interesting competitions at the different positions of voting right now. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of Toronto is taking over the lead for first base in the American League over the Yankees' Paul Goldschmidt. Francisco Lindor is still on target as the shortstop at this point for the Mets. Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh, we'll talk about him in a moment. He is tearing the cover off the ball. Is currently your catcher by votes in the American League. So let's run them down. In the American League, Cal Raleigh, the Mariners, is your catcher at this point. You have at first base Guerrero, second base Gleyber Torres from the Tigers, Jose Ramirez, third base the Guardians. Shortstop is Jacob Wilson of the Athletics. In the outfield right now, and the vote getting is Aaron Judge of the Yankees, Riley Green of the Tigers, and Javier Baez of the Tigers in the outfield. And Ryan O'Hearn of the Orioles is your leading vote getter right now for designated hitter. In the National League, your catcher is Will Smith of the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman of the Dodgers at first base in the votes at this point. You can go until June the 26th, which is Thursday. You can still vote, and then they'll wrap them all up. Ketel Marte, your D-backs second baseman. Manny Machado at third base is your Padres, your third baseman right now, the votes. Lindor, we told you, the Mets is the shortstop. In the outfield, and the vote getters right now, Pete Crow Armstrong for the Cubs, Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers, and Kyle Tucker for the Cubs. And your DH, Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. Again, the All-Star Game is July 15th in Atlanta at Truist Park. So there you go. Now, interesting story, Fernando Tatis. All right, so I'm not sure which side I take on this one. We'll see what side you take. He signed a contract back when he was 17 years old with this company called BLA. They gave him $2 million up front when he was 17 years old for 10% in exchange for 10% of his future earnings. He said, okay, we're all right with that. Well, now the guy's making $340 million. He's going to owe this company $34 million. Now he didn't want to play it. Now he didn't want to pay him. Tatis signed a 14-year contract worth $340 million in February of 2021. He owes $34 million back to this company. He says, I'm not going to pay it. Well, okay, but he certainly didn't have any problem depositing that $2 million they gave him when he was 17 years old. It says here he bought him back at that point, he hired a personal trainer. He bought a bunch of health food company and bought him a brand new home at 17 years old for that $2 million they gave him. Well, now he says, in exchange for 10% of your earnings, future earnings. Well, he's made $340 million. 10% is $34 million. He said, I'm not paying it. Says the contract's null and void. Well, it wasn't null and void when you deposited $2 million, sir. So BLA and other companies have been accused of predatory tactics, locking up young minor leaguers, particularly from Latin America, that don't really know what they're signing. And so another former Major League catcher, Francisco Mejia, also another guy suing this company, said, y'all ripped me off, made me sign something, didn't really know what I was signing. Okay, that's what they make attorneys for, to represent you. Tom, kid's 17 years old, he don't know any better. He knew enough to get $2 million. Technically, the BLA advance is not a loan, by the way. If the player does not reach the big leagues, they don't owe him anything, any payback. So they gave Tatis $2 million at 17 years old with the agreement if he didn't make it to the big leagues, which you knew he would, you don't have to pay it back. But so we'll see. A lawsuit is now in the offing between BLA against Fernando Tatis, who says I'm not paying the first cent. There you go. Stay tuned. It's interesting. All right, back to Cal Raleigh. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit. Back to Cal Raleigh. his 32nd home run last night. Fourth straight game of the home run. This guy is on fire, the catcher for the Mariners. He's on pace to hit 40 home runs before the All-Star break. The record is 39 by Barry Bonds back in 2001. He had 39 by the break, so this guy's on pace to hit 40 between now and July the 15th. In the past 30 games, Kyle Raleigh, the catcher, is hitting .331, 17 home runs in his last 30 games. God, he is ripping the cover off the ball. He's 28 years old. He signed a 6-year, $105 million contract with Seattle this spring. Needs 3 more home runs to match Ken Griffey Jr. for the most before the All-Star break in Seattle history, Seattle Mariners history. This guy's the deal. And so had home run number 32 last night for the Seattle Mariners. Tom Taylor Sports Show on the road again live here as we are at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. It's lunchtime. It has been packed since we came in here and opened up the doors at 11 o'clock. Last night, Spencer Swellenbach, nice performance for the Braves. They got a big win. His only hang-up, he allowed Juan Soto to crank out a 2-run homer in 7 innings. That's all he really gave up. He had a great performance last night for the Atlanta Braves. They beat the Mets. And so they do it again tonight, as we said. Spencer Strider on the mound tonight for the Bravos in New York against the Mets. Earlier in the show, we had Jeff Beverly on talking about Tennessee football. They're down to Savion Hyder, the number 1 running back in the country. It's down to Tennessee and Michigan, who he's going to play for. The number 1 wide receiver, Tristan Keys, who had signed with LSU, was spotted on TikTok last week, and he made an official visit to Tennessee. He had a Tennessee helmet on and a jersey singing Rocky Top. But he's signed with LSU, but he's apparently getting ready to decommit and come to Tennessee. So if you get Savion Hyder, the number 1 running back in the country, it's down to 2 schools, Michigan and Tennessee. You get the number 1 wide receiver coming in. On top of what, they've already had a really good recruiting class for Josh Heupel. And as Jeff said, this is the month now. The month of June is the month when they're out there. All these visits are coming in. All these guys, the campuses are full of recruits now in the month of June. And Keys walked out the middle of Neyland Stadium and said, I like this. So we'll see if they can get him. But they can get Savion Hyder, the number 1 running back in the country. That's going to be huge. Show number 2310. We are under a heat index today here in the area. We're up to 107 degrees heat index is what they're telling us. So if you're going to be out and about, the obvious, between now and 4 o'clock, limit what you're doing outside. Drink plenty of fluids. Hydrate yourself. I wouldn't wear black outside if I were you. I know people wear black all the time, but wearing black is probably not what you want to do on a day that's got a heat index, heat advisory. So if you don't have to wear black, wear light-colored clothing. Drink a lot of fluids, probably water. I'm not sure tea will do it. I'm not sure soda pops will do it. Come on there, boys. You got room? Nope, they're going to go outside. It's packed in here. I love it. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Come on in here, boys. Got room. We'll make room for you. So if you're going to be out and about, heat index 107 again. Light-colored clothing. Probably curtail your outside activities to about 4 or 5 o'clock. And drink plenty of fluid. And, again, soda pops, probably not it. I think they want you to drink water to help run it through your system, to hydrate your system. So there you go. So anyway, Tennessee football down to Savion Hyder's down to Michigan and Tennessee to be the running back for either the Wolverines or the Vols. He was pretty well locked into Michigan, but now all of a sudden it's changed and he's leaning more towards Tennessee, which is really good news for Vol fans. So, and again, Tristan Keys, the big outstanding wide receiver, has indicated that he would be very interested in coming to play Tennessee and decommitting from LSU. We'll see how that goes. All right, quick break. We've got all state baseball players locally have been announced. We'll tell you who those kids are as we're working our way through. Don't forget, it's the 4th of July, as you know, coming up next weekend. If you just want to have a cookout in the backyard and you don't want, as Brian said, you don't want to cook, you don't want to do anything but sit down and eat, everything else is taken care of for you, I should say, taken care of for you. Just come get the meat here. Just for the meat by the pound. Pulled pulled chicken, pulled beef, pulled pork, pork belly burnt ends, smoked turkey, sliced beef brisket, chicken salad, baby back ribs. And then if you just want the sides for the 4th of July, come get those too. Baked beans, coleslaw, mac and cheese, seasoned Italian green beans, potato salad, macaroni salad. It's all right here again at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. So let them do the cooking for you for the 4th of July. All you got to do is call them at 349-6437 or go to the website at philsdreampit.com. And let them do the cooking for you for the 4th of July, which is hard to believe it's next weekend. It's next Friday. It's unbelievable. Again, we're in dead week right now, the TSSAA, all high school athletes, no practices, no workouts, no anything. This week and next week, dead week. Most people are gone out of town. It's interesting trying to book guests for a show, and a lot of the people are gone, but we're doing the best we can. But then coming up on July the 7th, everything's back in, ready to roll. That'd be football, volleyball, girls soccer, cross country, girls and guys cross country, and girls and guys golf. They'll all be back ready to go July the 7th, ready to roll. So next week, everybody's gone, scattering to the winds to do vacations today or this week and next week, then back and again officially starting things ready to go on July the 7th. Our countdown is on 59 days, 3 hours, and 10 minutes to Elizabethton Cyclone football. Our title, our pregame sponsor, I should say, are the great folks right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Our pregame comments and everything about our pregame show brought to you by Phil's Dream Pit. We love that. Appreciate Brian and the kids here so very, very much. Quick break. Right back after this from the Jeweler's Bench. They got some brand new jewelry, some ocean jewelry, seashell-looking jewelry and starfish and different jewelry that's with an ocean theme. Brand spanking new from the Jeweler's Bench. Our buddy Sherry Holtzclaw, the owner of the Jeweler's Bench, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Dillon Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores. Why trade at the Jeweler's Bench?
So we've been in business for 26 years. John is the jeweler. Everything is done here. It stays here. We do not send anything out. You know, you go and buy from Zales or somewhere like that, you've got to send it off, and it's 4 weeks or whatever. But if you have any issues with your pieces, then he's here, and you can talk to him face to face. You know, we've got great employees, great customers that have become pretty much family, and we are, you know, like you had mentioned, on some of second generation of people coming in. And, you know, it just, I think it says a lot being in business in a small town for almost 26 years.
Yep. You served your mom and dad, and now the kids are grown up, and you're serving them now. Take care of their jewelry needs as well. So, I mean, they're running the full slate. Watches, rings, Pandora. Oh, gosh. What else? You've got the Glock. You've got the Bearing watches. You got the G-Shocks. What else you got? What other watches?
So we have watches. So you said Citizens. Bearing, G-Shock. That's it. I've got a new, some new bearings coming in soon.
So, full line of watches, full line of everything you need right here. The full-time jewelry store with the jewelry repair. The Jeweler's Bench. Hours are open.
So we're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
Social media, how do we find you?
So we're on Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is?
423-542-5600.
Great sponsor. Been at it a long time. We love promoting the Jeweler's Bench right here on the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Back in the Tom Dillon Sports Show. What you boys eating over there? Pulled pork? What'd you get?
We all got the
burnt ends. What kind of sides? You got baked beans? Woo! That's country there. Baked beans, tater salad, and burnt ends here. If you're a fan of Fleetwood Mac, Mick Fleetwood's having a birthday today. He's 78 years old. Told you that earlier in the start of the show. Let's see. Baker's all over me. Let's see. What is she saying? Hello, Kelly Buckles. Hello to Crystal Steins. Hello to John Lee, Linda Birchfield. I'll be by Phil's today. I plan my Kingsport schedule on having lunch here. Well, good. Come on in here and sit down and talk to me. We'll let her talk about Friday Night Lights. Hello, Joni Laws, Reba Whitehead. Pete Taylor, Karen Gentry. Thank you guys, ladies. Some of the folks watching the show appreciate that very, very much. So Baker's going to make an appearance. There you go. So you look at this publication I have for when I got it. And so the predicted order of finish, they think, the prognosticators say Tennessee is predicted to finish out of the 16 schools this year, finishing 10th. I think it's kind of low, but we'll see. Texas, they said Texas is going to win the SEC. Texas, Georgia, LSU, Alabama, and Florida are the top 5. Then the Gamecocks, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Tennessee at number 10 preseason pick out of this publication. Auburn, Missouri, Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and Mississippi State finishing it out. And they're predicting Texas to beat Georgia for the SEC championship. There you go. So for whatever that's worth, probably not a whole lot sitting here on June the 24th, but sounds good. They got Tennessee at number 10 in the country. 10 in the SEC. They got Texas winning the SEC to beating Georgia in the SEC championship. So interesting. We'll delve into some more of that tonight. I just picked it up yesterday. Coming up next month, the Crazy Eights Road Race. We'll be there emceeing that. Can't wait. On July the 19th. Hanks will join us next week. It's the Ballad Health Niswonger Children's Network Crazy Eights AK. And so we'll be there for that coming up next month. So Food City, one of the great sponsors, one of our great sponsors. And so we'll be there next month with the Crazy Eights, the road race in Kingsport. Part of Fun Fest will be on Saturday, July the 19th. All right, let's take a look at the top story we had in hour number 1 or in hour number 2 here. NCAA will no longer maintain sports-specific scholarship limits. Going to be wide open, the Wild Wild West. And so, get that cord out of the way. So, what does that mean? That means they're going to adopt a new roster limit to align with the recently approved House settlement. It goes into effect July 1st. So, you'll be allowed to award scholarships to as many players they want to as their teams fall in line with the roster size caps outlined in the settlement of the House that was approved a couple of weeks back. Football now will have a cap of 105 players. NCAA says this change will dramatically increase the number of available scholarships and more than double the previous total offered to women. So there you go. College football teams will now go to a maximum of 105 players, but each player inside that number can receive a scholarship. Before, they had 85 scholarships, and the other 20 were walk-ons. Well, many more walk-ons. It's 105 player scholarships, which is okay, except they're all cash. They're all in a cash crunch. So where's this money going to come from to fully scholarship 20 more football players? We'll see. Don't know. Also, the other interesting part of this is current athletes with remaining eligibility will not lose their roster spots if their teams must constrict to fall within the House settlement. And they are, in effect, grandfathered in. So if you're on the team and you're there now with remaining eligibility, you're not going to lose your roster spot. That's interesting. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. The House settlement approval is a landmark moment in college sports. We already know that. The $2.8 billion 10-year settlement will also pay past players for missed name, image, and likeness opportunities and ensure current and future players will have access to legitimate NIL contracts. It's all about the kids. It's all about the money. And kind of goes without saying, if you think that's not the case, then you're smoking something, because that's exactly what this is all about. Tom Taylor Sports Show on the road again at Phil's Dream Pit. Brandon ran into a snag, can't be with us today. We hate that. Brandon Sweeney from Milligan University said something came up, he can't make it, he had a meeting or something, so we'll wing it. 4 of the 10 baseball players in Northeast Tennessee on the Tennessee Sports Writers All-State team came from Providence Academy. That's pretty cool. Josh Owens, Aiden Sproles, Tyne Bowman, and Ronaldo Maddie made the Division II Single-A All-State team. Dobbins Minute pitcher Cam Hayworth made the Class 4A team. So did Scienceville outfielder Lucas Dye and infielder Nate Stutes. They made the All-State baseball team. Congratulations to Cam Hayworth of Dobbins Minute, Lucas Dye, and Nate Stutes from Scienceville. Unicoi County infielder Colby Jones made the 3A team. He can play. Saw him several times. The old boy can play, to say the least. Hampton's catcher Jaden Kuhn was picked to the 2A All-State squad. Congratulations to Jaden Kuhn. And in single A, University High outfielder Cooper Stevenson makes the All-State team for the second time. So congratulations again to Providence Academy's Josh Owens, Aiden Sproles, Tyne Bowman, and Ronaldo Matty. Dobbins Minute's Cam Hayworth, Science Hill's Lucas Dye and Nate Stutes, Unicoi County's Colby Jones, Hampton's Jaden Kuhn, and University High's Cooper Stevenson. They all made the All-State baseball teams, which is really cool from our neck of the woods. That's really, really impressive, and we're honored to be able to tell you about that. All right, so back to yesterday's story. We're going to bring it back up to you again and let you know what's going on. There's a proposal to start college football a week earlier. Universities wanting to play during week 0 ahead of the more traditional week 1 of Labor Day kickoff weekend must be granted a waiver, but bringing back an earlier kickoff date as a permanent fixture in college football is gaining steam. Look, you know by now, if they're talking about it, it's more than likely going to happen, and that's what's going on here. They're going to move this thing up and give them more of a chance to have an opening date somewhere throughout the season. FBS teams play a 12-game regular season schedule, followed by the opportunity of a 13th contest during a conference championship weekend, and then more games during the postseason and bowl season. Reincorporating week 0, making it now a new week 1, would provide more time for open date during what amounts to be a grueling 4.5-month football schedule. I see that. I get that. So will it go through? If they're talking about it, it's going to go through, in my humble opinion. So we'll see. And I think you're going to see it go through. I don't think there's any question. If it's reached this point and they're talking about it, good chance it's going to happen. Hey, don't forget, this week is the final time for you to go see Liberty, the official outdoor drama of the great state of Tennessee. It's the 46th season of Liberty, the saga of Sycamore Shoals. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is it. Go to the website, thelibertydrama.com. It's at Sycamore Shoals State Park Amphitheater. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and this is it, the last weekend for the running of Liberty, the official outdoor drama of the great state of Tennessee. I think it's awesome. And while talking about Sycamore Shoals, they got this Junior Ranger Camp coming up, July 16th, 17th, and 18th from 9 to noon, ages 8 to 12. Be a Junior Ranger. It's a brand new concept, new program at Sycamore Shoals for the little people. Be a good thing getting plugged into. They're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff there at Sycamore Shoals at Fort Watauga. Flint and Steel Fire Building. Cherokee Crafts. Colonial Kids Games, and a whole lot more. So if you're interested, go to the website or just give them a call at Sycamore Shoals State Park. Get them signed up. There's a limited number of youngsters can get to this Junior Ranger Camp. I think that's pretty cool. Coming up at Sycamore Shoals State Park. All right, we're going to take a break. Let's see what we got here. Anything in this one, too? We'll take a break. Oh, by the way, Tyrese Halliburton. It's been confirmed. Torn Achilles heel, may not be able to go next year. I may have to sit out the entire season next year. Isn't that 3 now? 3 guys that, 3 guys of notoriety that blew out their Achilles heel that's going to be gone for a year. And so now Halliburton for the Pacers looks like he's going to be gone for a year to get that surgery and then rehab, which is tough for anybody, and certainly a guy with the talents of Tyrese Halliburton. So anyway, that was made official by the Pacers. He does have a tear, and he will be out for a whole year to get it ready, to get back on the court and try it all over again. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's go this route right here. We've not done this since we were on vacation last week. Go back and capture, given the fact we're 59 days out, to give you a taste of the highlights package from a year ago. Let's do this one right here. Let's do the highlight package of the football game between the Cyclones and the Cherokee Chiefs.
If you missed last Friday night's 41-13 win over Cherokee, you missed these Elizabethton Fighting Cyclone highlights.
5:25 to go in the period. Cyclones in the red zone. 2nd down and 3 from the 9. Get it to 6, get a new set of downs. Wallen back there with Slagle. 2 to the near side, the wide side of the field, but come this way. Those guys, Smalls and Adams, for blocking purposes. Slagle to run it. Red goes down inside the 5. He pushes hard. He gets down inside. Touchdown, Cyclones. Touchdown, Red Slagle from 9 yards out.
Well, to me, that's a picture-perfect drive. Threw one ball, completed it, but several people carried the ball, got the quarterback involved in the run game. I think that was the key to the game, was to establish this early, and they did a great job.
Bowers for the point after. Whitehead to hold it right down the field. Power football. 80-yard drive, capped off by 9-yard Red Slagle, quarterback keeper. Ball down. It's up. It's into red as the number 10 of the season. It is 7-0 Cyclones. Now this from Eagle Center. You're watching Elizabethton Fighting Cyclone football. 34-yard line. 9:45 to go in the half. Tie ball game. Slagle claps his hands off, turns the corner. Got Buckles, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Cyclones, touchdown, Landry Buckles from 34 yards out.
Great job blocking on the outside. Great job making a cut by Landry.
1st and 10 Cyclones, hand off, shoot the train. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. The J-Train, 48-yard rumble for the J-Train. Woo!
Good stuff, Tom.
3rd down, and also showcase the band. Puts a man in motion. Wallen fakes it to him. Down the mill's got a man wide open. Touchdown, Cyclones. 3rd down, 11, 29-yard line. Cyclones try to ring them cowbells and stomp those feet. Trying to take the momentum back away from Cherokee in the opening drive here in the second half. Jeffers looking, plenty of time, throws over middle sidearm, and it's going to be incomplete. Picked off, Tucker Taylor at the 45, at the 40, and Tuck's got it for the INT to the 34-yard line. It ricocheted off number 11, that would have been and was Lofton Hayes, and Tucker Taylor there for the Cyclone interception. Coach, the 1st and 10 with the 11, knocking on the door of the red zone. The J-Train out there again, maybe another dose. Slagle hands it off to the Train. He'll barely man. Oh, baby, he's in a 10, he's in a 5, he's in! He obliterated the Chiefs. Touchdown, Cyclones. Touchdown, the J-Train. Holy smokes.
Oh, what a run.
From the 9-yard line. Hand off to Justice. Wallen stumbled. Stays on his feet, goes to the outside, he'll bounce off him, inside, touchdown, Justice Wallen, touchdown, Elizabethton Cyclones from 9 yards out.
Tune in here this Friday night, beginning at 6:20, versus Daniel Boone for exciting Elizabethton Fighting Cyclone football.
It's not that far away, folks. 59 days, 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 33 seconds to Cyclone football against Science Hill on August the 22nd. So I'm looking at this sports publication, this book. I'm not going to give it props anymore, but it's interesting. They say Texas is going to win the – don't give it by name, by the way. Texas is – they're predicting to win everything. So your top 10, this publication says in college football, Texas, Penn State, interesting, Ohio State, Georgia 4th, Clemson 5th, Notre Dame 6th, LSU 7th. They've said Alabama will finish 8th, 9th will be Oregon, and rounding out the top 10 will be Miami out of Florida. It's interesting. They're predicting the national champion will be Texas, Penn State 2, Ohio State 3, Georgia 4, Clemson 5, Notre Dame 6, LSU 7, Alabama 8, and Oregon 9th, and Miami of Florida will be the number 10 team. Let's see where they pick Tennessee. They got Tennessee 21st in the country. Interesting. So, I don't agree with that, but that's okay. So, don't really matter what I think, but it's interesting. We'll look some more of that tomorrow. Look at the ACC and the Big Ten tomorrow. See where they're looking to see those teams do what. Well, obviously they're going to pick Penn State. They think they're going to be number 2 in the country. They're going to pick them to win the Big Ten. So We'll see. Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're on the road at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. We talked about the big people. They got kids' meals, too. You got the hot dog. You got the ribs for kids, a small kids' portion pork sandwich, a smoked drumstick, peanut butter and jelly Uncrustable. They got a brisket sandwich for the kids and a pulled chicken sandwich for the kids. Good stuff. Right here again at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. It's really amazing. Since we got here, they've been standing in line to get in the place at 11 o'clock, and it's not stopped, and we love it. You would think out here, the old adage, build it and they will come, right here on the exit of Interstate 26 at Eastern Star, you'd think, well, it's kind of off the beaten path. Well, not really, because its path leads right to Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. They also have the sampler platter. You have your choice of a 2-meat or a 3-meat sampler platter. The 2-meat for $20.99 with 2 sides. The 3-meat platter is $25.99, but you have your choice of ribs or brisket or pork wings or pulled chicken or pulled beef or chicken drumstick. Show it to you right here, their menu. The sampler platter. They're a pregame sponsor for Cyclone Sports again this year, for all of our sports, football, basketball, baseball, whatever we're doing. Phil's Dream Pit's our pregame sponsor, and we love it. And again, for the 4th of July, or for any time, if you just want to get just the meat, you can do that by calling 349-6437 or go to the website, philsdreampit.com, and order the meat by the pound. You got, again, a 4th of July coming up, going to the lake, going to the pool, going to the backyard. We don't want to cook. It's too hot. We don't want to pull the sides. It's too hot. Can we get the sides? Absolutely. Can you get the meats? Absolutely. The sides are baked beans with pulled pork, pulled pork, creamy coleslaw, macaroni and cheese, seasoned Italian green beans, potato salad, mac salad. And then the meats, you can choose from baby back ribs, either full or half rack, chicken salad, sliced beef brisket, smoked turkey, pulled pork, pulled beef, pulled chicken, or pork belly burn ends, which is what these guys got. They got the burn ends, these 3 gentlemen here. And they got baked beans, and they've got mac and cheese and hash brown casserole. So they're wearing it out. And some young man had potato salad, so that's good. Can't go wrong with that. Let's see. We'll see what the official. Okay, so see what the official. I'm just curious what the temperature is. It is currently 89. It feels like 97. So it's 89, but the heat index is 97 right now as we speak. So, and we got rain coming tomorrow, 50% chance of rain. We'll stay in the 90s today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and cool down a little bit, not much, into the upper 80s. We're back in May. Everybody's whining about the rain, and if when's it ever going to heat up? It's so cool. It's going to be a cool summer. Thinking, no, it's June and July when it gets here. It's going to be smoking hot, and it is. So we would expect that. All right, quick break. Back with more after this. We're here live at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll come back right to this from one of our great sponsors, the newest sponsor we've got, Weight Loss Success on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Our success is your success.
The Tom Taylor Sports Show. Dream Packs. Tell us about the Dream Packs. What's that all about?
Dream Packs, we start at 4 and go up in even numbers as big as you need. You get meat, 3 sides, sauce and buns. All that's included. We do offer plates, plasticware, gallons of tea, but any number you need.
Feeds 4, feeds 8. They do it in increments of 4. So if you're going to the ball game and don't want to cook, call in, get the Dream Packs, come by and pick them up, 349-6437.
Yes, sir.
Call ahead, and we're on our way to swing through, pick them up. Tailgate, Dream Packs, good way to watch it, or take it to the house, watch it. Either way, good way to watch a game, isn't it?
Very much so.
The Dream Packs. Phil's Dream Pit, 349-6437 is the number to call. Can we order it online too?
You sure can. Online, call it in. Come on down.
There you go. Phil's Dream Pit, 349-6437, the Dream Packs. Proud sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Elizabethton Sports. Big thanks to our title sponsor, Ford of Elizabeth. Man, they got a great used car supply right now. They've been moving a bunch of them. They got a great, we'll run down some of those tomorrow, but I know they had some used Fords, had some used Hyundais, had some Mazdas over there. Let me think. What else they had? I was looking at the inventory the other day. They had some Ford pickup trucks, used ones. We're talking about this used inventory. You can see them right there on Elk as you come into town. Ford of Elizabethton, our title sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, and they move them, folks. They don't mess around. They got a great used inventory, and they are priced and marked down to move, and I appreciate that. They don't mess around. It's like, let's wheel, let's deal. Let's got some deals and let you drive off the lot at Ford of Elizabeth and a happy camper. The used inventory. We'll run down some of those tomorrow. I know we've got, I know they got a Hyundai. They had a couple of SUVs. They had a Honda Pilot there. I don't know if these are still there. This is over the weekend. I checked it when I got back in town. So, anyway, let's run down baseball. Again, thanks to Ford of Elizabeth, our title sponsor. Again, baseball schedule, everything under the lights tonight. Texas, Evan Carter, who did not play last night. He and the Rangers in Baltimore tonight, game 2 of that series. Toronto will be at Cleveland. The Athletics in Detroit. The Reds, night number 2, hosting the Yankees in Cincinnati. The Reds got them last night. Atlanta, the Mets will be in New York again. Frankie Montas for the Mets, and Strider will go for the Braves tonight, who had a great outing, great last 2 outings, as a matter of fact. Arizona and the White Sox tonight in Chicago. Kansas City's in a tailspin. They're hosting Tampa Bay. The Pirates in Milwaukee. Minnesota in a tailspin. They're hosting Seattle. And their red-hot catcher, Cal Raleigh. Home run number 32 last night. The Cubs and the Cardinals at Busch Stadium tonight. Philadelphia at Houston. The Dodgers at Colorado. And Boston, the Red Sox in L.A. to battle the Angels. Washington at San Diego. And the Giants home to Miami tonight in Major League Baseball. So that's what you got going on there for this Tuesday, June the 24th, celebrating the birthday of Mick Fleetwood, the drummer of Fleetwood Mac, 78 today. Michelle Lee from Knots Landing fame. Remember the TV sitcom back in the, 70s, 80s? Michelle Lee having a birthday. She's 83 today. Those are the birthdays here on this Tuesday, June the 24th. Now, as we said earlier, if you got heat pump problems, this would be a good time for them to go out, obviously. So I'm sure Michael Vance is running wide open right now. People's heat pumps not putting out like they should with a heat index up to 107. He'll take care of yours. You can give him a call and service your heat pump at Advanced Heat Pump Systems here in the Tri-Cities. Hot out there. Again, the heat index, 107 today. It's already, feels like 97 already. And it's just, we're not even at 1 o'clock yet. We'll get hotter in the afternoon. So you know the drill. Light color clothing. Don't do a lot of extensive work, labor outside. And drink plenty of fluids, which would be by definition water and tea. I don't think soda pop does it. I don't think alcoholic beverages do it. To work on your system, make it running tip-top shape, meaning your body, you should drink a lot of water. Not just now, but all the time, because your body needs a lot of water. to stay hydrated. So drink a lot of water on days like today. Me, I do that Food Club flavored water. Peach and raspberry. Whew. Drink it by the gallon. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, final break. We'll come right back after this. One of our great sponsors, Lingerfield Drug Center, the Pill Pack. This is a really cool thing they do. We have someone that takes a lot of medication, getting ready to go on vacation. The Pill Pack is the answer. It's the trick. And we'll let him tell you all about it right here on the Tom Daly Sports Show.
Sports and Tom Daly Sports Show. Pill packs. Tell me about pill packs.
Yeah, so these are good for people take 3 or 4 medicines, just kind of get confused by what they got or may forget to take doses or things like that. Other people that likes them is people caring for parents or grandparents. Makes it real easy rather than having to keep up with 10 or 12 bottles and remembering once a day, twice a day. You just come pick up these packs once a month and takes care of everything.
Show this one right here. There it is. Pill packs.
Mm-hmm.
Even they're color coded, so blue stands for nighttime, right?
Yep, that does.
So you'll do this for anybody.
Yeah, sure can. We can do anything just from once a day packs, all your medicines of a morning. Can do them 2 or 3 times a day, up to 4 times a day. For people, it takes 4 times a day medicines. But they're real easy to punch out, so you can just punch them out. That's your dose for the day or the time. And on the front of it's got a information page. It's got pictures of each medicine, tells what it is, and which doctor you got. So that's something when you go to doctors or a hospital or something like that, you don't have to try and remember what all you take or wait till they can get a hold of your pharmacy. You can just rip that page off and it's got all your medicines on there. So it keeps it real simple.
And if you're traveling and you don't want to take that whole thing, you just tear out the 3 or 4 days you're traveling, or the week at the beach or whatever, and they stay intact, and so you don't take the whole 30-day supply to take as you need, and they tear off.
Yeah, sure can. And something else kind of similar to that, what we've heard from a few people, taking a lunchtime medicine, especially if you're still working stuff, because you don't want to carry 3 or 4 pill bottles to work, or if you put them in a Ziploc bag or something, they'll get crushed or lost. But you can leave your morning, night at home, just rip off a single noon dose and take that with you, because those little pockets, they're strong enough, you know, if you throw it in your pocket, your pills aren't going to get crushed or anything like that. So
pill packs. Pill packs. Good. Another way customer service here at Lingerfield Drug Center. Hours are open?
Here Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and Saturdays, 9 to 12.
Social media, where do we find you?
On Facebook as Lingerfield Drug Center.
And the magic phone number is?
It's 423-542-2138.
What a neat concept. Pill packs from Lingerfield Drug Center. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
And back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, another night of Appalachian League baseball around the Tri-Cities, of course. And so find your favorite teams, see where they are, and go follow them. And enjoy a night at the ballpark. Going to be hot. Be a good night to get a cold soda pop or cold sweet tea or whatever they're offering at the old concession stand to enjoy. It'll be hot down on the field, too. But, look, it is what it is. It's summertime here in the East Tennessee. People go, can you believe the heat? Yeah. We get it every year. We get some bad thunderstorms. Get them all the time. Get some ice and snow this winter. Get it all the time. We're supposed to. It's called 4 seasons. So I get tickled when people go, gosh, it's so hot outside. Okay. It's part of it. 4 seasons. While we live where we live to enjoy the 4 seasons, and we certainly got it. Tomorrow, Mr. Baseball will be with us. Yeah, looking forward to that. Greg Sire will join us at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow. Also tomorrow we'll have Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, will be with us. Got some other folks lined up. I think Brendan's coming tomorrow to be with us from Milligan University. So Thursday we'll be at Carter County Bank downtown with our buddy Andrew McKeon, El Presidente of Carter County Bank, and one of our guests. And then Friday we'll kick off the weekend. On a Food City Friday will be Food City in Elizabethton. The new sale paper coming out tomorrow. It'll be ready to go. They're still lined out the door. It's unbelievable what they do here. You know, it's faith-based, too. As you heard Brian say earlier in the show, the owner. he gives credit where credit's due, and that's the Lord. And as he should, he earns it. He should get all the credit, everything we do, every step we take. By the way, on a sad note, give you the verse today before we get out of here. On a sad note, one of the funniest ladies in the world, and we lost her. Okay. I was reading this note. Psalms 4:8 says, I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. How about that? I will lie down and sleep in peace. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. What a great verse, Psalms 4:8. So in closing the show here, this young lady was the janitor, the custodian at Elizabethton High School, and everybody knew her and everybody loved her. Gloria Hall. She would tell you exactly what she thought in no uncertain terms, and of course she and I were buddies. Well, she unexpectedly passed away over the weekend. So I'm not sure what the service is being. We'll try and find those out from Coach Diaz today, but Gloria Hall, who is, again, was a longtime custodian in the Elizabethton City School system, and she most recently was at the high school. She probably knew more about the schools than we did. She probably knows more about the school than Dr. Minton does. That's no knock on him. I mean, she had her ear to the ground. She's a custodian, knew everything going on. And so, sweet lady, and again, gone. And passed away unexpectedly over the weekend. So, it goes to show again, folks, you hear it on the show all the time. And the book says we're just a handbreadth of vapor. We're just here for a little while, we're gone. There's no guarantees. No guarantees. Taking our next breath, it's a gift. And if you don't think it is, you're fooling yourself. It is a gift. For me to get up and walk out of here will be a gift. For you to get up and walk out of where you are or take your next breath is a gift from the good Lord. So anyway, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Gloria Hall family. I'm sure by tomorrow there'll be some arrangements set, maybe now. I'll find out between now and then, let you know, to go pay respects if you are so inclined. At the minimum, you can say a prayer for the family because I'm sure they're in shock because it was an unexpected passing over the weekend. So, anyway, great lady. And anytime I was on campus and needed anything to make whatever I was doing a smoother situation, primarily calling ball games, she said, whatever you need, let me know. I'll get it for you, honey. She was great. Gloria Hall, we're going to miss her. All right, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Our guest again have been Brian Pipkin, the owner. And also, we thank our buddy Jeff Beverly coming by, talking Tennessee sports. And Brandon Sweeney got tied up today with some stuff going on in Milligan, some job-related, which we totally understand. It happens. So he's going to probably join us tomorrow, talking about Milligan University and the Learfield Cup. They finished 7th in the country out of all the NAIA schools in America. Milligan's at number 7. Based on, they got points where each team finished it in the standings of every sport they were in this year at Milligan. And as a result of that, finished 7th in the country. Out of all the 257, 58 NAIA schools in America, Milligan is at number 7 in the country. Very, very impressive. Good way to end it. Thanks for watching the show. We'll do it again tomorrow. Oh, big thanks to Axel Stein stopping by, too. Axel and his daddy came by, and Jeff Beverly and Brian Pipkin were our owners. The owner was our guest on the show today. Out of time, we sincerely thank you for yours. Till we greet you tomorrow from Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. You know the drill. We'll tell you to bloom where you plant it, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2,310 of the Tom Douglas Sports Show today, live at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. The quest for perfect barbecues is their slogan, and they do it pretty dadgum good. Our pregame sponsor of all Cyclone Sports, again, year number 2. We're excited about that. We appreciate Brian and his associates believing in what we're doing in Elizabethton and wanting his restaurant here in Colonial Heights / Kingsport to be the title sponsor of sports programming in Elizabeth. It means a lot. We appreciate that. We don't take that lightly. See you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Stay cool.